No, Bubba, we're gonna work now, okay? What do you want?
So what's up, guys?
Hi. Oh, camera's up there.
Yeah, camera's up there. We got the computer right here in front of us so we can see your guys' comments. And we also got Shanti in the back. Yeah, she's in the back hanging out watching a movie right now, so bear with us on that. But guys, hey, what's up, Mama? Terry Stone's here. We got
Mama
Dakota
T.
Merch.
Oh,
Yeah, who's our cousin?
and my personal coach.
Yeah.
Sponsor shout out.
And so today, what we're going to be talking about is just living bus life, how we ended up coming into this kind of style of living, and whatever other questions you guys have. We have one person who already asked a question, and that's Children of Noah, and he asked, what happens if your vehicle breaks down and takes months to get parts? Well, that's a sticky question. We'll answer that here coming up pretty soon. But guys, make sure you leave any questions, or if you just want to chat and say, hey, Aunt Lauren is here too, and Uncle Josh and Papa Jack.
Oh, so cool.
All of our families here watching, so thank you guys for tuning in.
Miss you.
And if you guys aren't already, go ahead and like this video, this live stream, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't. So
Yeah.
this is our first ever live stream on the channel, so we're just kind of winging it today. We're hoping maybe later on we got some like giveaways to do once we have some sponsors who want to give away stuff through our channel. And
Yeah.
but right now, I mean, look at her more than me because she got all nice and pretty for this, and I'm just sweaty and disgusting because I just set up everything.
I put my hair in a braid and lip gloss on. It's and a necklace. You know what? You're right. I got dolled up for sure.
But it doesn't
I'm
take
not gonna
much for
lie.
Erica to get dolled up per se. So, how do we want to start? What do we want to start talking about?
Well, besides the vehicle breaking down, we should probably address our daughter in the background.
Yeah, we may have to be going back and forth a little bit here.
Well, you can give a quick. Well,
Here, let's get Chauncey up here, and I'll go grab her real quick. She can say hi.
oh boy.
Hey, come say hi real quick. Hey, come say hi real quick.
She loves her snacks, you guys. She loves her snack. I made her a snack plate just so we wouldn't be interrupted, and it was 45 seconds into it. There she is.
Okay. You want to say hi? You can talk.
Mama. Oh, no, Mimi is watching and Pop. Oh, okay, see, it's bedtime, huh? Auntie Lauren is watching.
Say hi to Mimi.
You just want to see yourself on the
She's just
screen.
she's looking at herself on the screen. Hey, what's up, Dane?
Oh, cousin.
And Christina.
I'm so glad you chimed in here.
And Virginia. We got some awesome people on here now.
Yeah, this is worth all of it just to hear from you guys.
All right, Chauncey, May, can I bring you back to the bed? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, questions coming up soon.
Nope, Daddy's okay.
Here, I'm going to
Nope.
bring you.
Yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
bring you.
I just want to give a quick thank you to Dane. I don't know if anybody else knows this, but we posted our last YouTube video, and a woman decided to make a comment. It wasn't cruel, but it wasn't kind. And I didn't even know it posted before Dane was able to hop on there and stick up for us. And he did it in such a kind, loving, bold manner. I was pretty stoked that cousin had our back.
Yeah. Yep.
He just basically told her what's up. It was awesome.
Yeah, so, okay, so to answer this first, hey, Christina from Santa Fe. Oh, yeah, Christina.
Oh.
Christy. I almost didn't even recognize your name on there. I'm glad you're tuning in and had an awesome time hanging out with you. And Christy is a longtime family friend. She's going to be in our next video that comes out on Thursday, which is our travel video day. And so, Noah, I don't know if you're still here, but I'm going to answer your question. So his question, or children of Noah, maybe it's not this person's actual name. He asked, what happens if your vehicle breaks down and takes months to get parts? That's a hard one.
Our vehicle has broken down.
Yeah,
it didn't take months, though.
Yeah, it did not take months. And it just depends. Like, if our bus were to have a breakdown and we had to sit somewhere for months, per se, to get parts, that would super suck, first off. But we would still be in our home. But, I mean, you said vehicle. It didn't really specify if this was like a living space or whatnot, so you're just going to have to roll with it then. But, you know, I think that's the nice thing about having a bus. And also the scary part about having a bus, too. This actually will lead into another part of our story, why we bought this bus from a dealership. Because you never know what's going to happen. And especially with a diesel motor, it's big, parts are very expensive. You never know if you're going to have a breakdown when you're on the road. That's one of the fears that we share traveling in the bus. And so when we were first looking at buying another bus, we had our first bus, we sold it, and then we were trying to figure out how and where, what kind of bus we were going to get. And those are a lot of hard choices to make. But this bus I was looking at, this is a 2003 Bluebird with a Cummins 8.3 motor in the back, has a lot of power, and a Allison N3060 transmission. Those numbers might mean nothing to you, but if you're looking for a bus and a good one, that's a really good motor transmission combination. We can travel 65 miles an hour towing our vehicle, and it usually doesn't have any kind of hiccups. So the reason why we bought this bus from a dealership rather than a private owner, I was looking online, it would have been about $10,000 for a bus of this age, and you know, the same bus here, $8,000 to $10,000. But you're taking a big risk buying it privately and from a dealership too. But the reason why we went to AAA buses, they're in Phoenix, they pretty much only sell buses to people who are going to be in a skoolie. Oh, how do other tiny... Okay, Mom, we'll answer that question here in a second. One of the main things that... Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay, we bought this from AAA buses, and we spent about $5,000 more buying it from the dealership than we would have buying it privately. But they go through and vet it. They get it right from the school district, so there's much less stress of a problem. And the reason why we were like, okay, that $5,000, that extra $5,000 to buy from a dealership rather than privately was worth it, because our first bus, the transmission just totally exploded on us on the middle of the road. And that, we were broken down for a little while. We had to get a hotel because it was in the shop, but luckily we were only there for like 3 days and it got taken care of. But that was a $4,500 fix right there. We had to replace the whole entire transmission. It was a lot of labor. It cost a lot of money, plus the hotel fees. But I would imagine if someone's out for a couple months, you could just stay in your bus.
Sorry, I've got more people chiming in over here.
Yeah, sorry. So if you see us looking off the camera and stuff like that, it's because we're trying to look at the comments, see what you guys are asking, and also on our phones there to see where other people are chiming in. Hey, Shanti, Mimi says hi.
Hi, Mimi.
So how do people make money living on the road was one of the questions.
Yeah. How do other tiny home owners make a living on the road?
We've come in contact with a lot of people with a huge variety.
Yeah.
I mean, we work remotely as long as we have our computers and decent service. We can. I write for Tiny Home Tours, which is a YouTube channel that I adore. He films and edits for their tours.
Yep.
And so combined, we just love what we do for them, and we can do it from anywhere as long as there's tiny homes within our reach.
Yep.
We have friends that work for, what is it, Grubhub?
Yeah, you know those
like
food like Uber
Eats, yeah.
DoorDash,
Yes.
those kind of services like that. So people who tow a car behind their rig, they'll pull up into a city. So like say if that was something we did, which I guess we actually could do if we wanted to. But right now we're in Santa Fe. It's kind of an uppity area. A lot of people are probably using those kind of services. Or when people travel to big cities, they will log into their Uber Eats accounts or whatever, and they'll just do DoorDash. They'll go pick up food and do that kind of deal because they can change their location depending on where they are. So we have friends, the Bohemian Nomads. They're in a beautiful bus, and that's what they do. And they make a living when they get to these cities, and they just do DoorDash. And they make enough money, they stay there for a little while, make enough money, and then they just travel somewhere else.
But I have a girlfriend that goes and she'll like especially during the holiday season where everybody needs help. There's like help wanted on everybody, and she'll just park her van and go to the help wanted section of a. Typically, she's a bartender, so to a restaurant, she'll bartend through a high season, make an abundance of tips, and then start her van up and head out after the season's over. It's. I mean, what else would? Anybody else we know?
We have another friend. Their Instagram handle is called Half Pint. He's a web designer. That's a really popular trade. Any kind of web stuff, but really gig work. A lot of people do gig work on the road, and it might seem like, well, how do you find these gigs? But you learn. There's all these different sources that you learn. You can go on Craigslist and find them, Facebook, ZipRecruiter, and everybody knows right now that staffing is short. So if anybody wants to work anywhere, they can, even if it's just temporary. Luckily, we've positioned ourselves where we don't have to necessarily go find work all the time. I mean, of course, we need to work as much as possible, but we've just kind of positioned ourselves over the last couple years to not have to go find that kind of gig work all the time and just constantly be running. Because another thing, too, with living in a bus or a van or a tiny home is that our expenses are very low. So with those people who do go to these cities and get gigs, or like what we do as well, we park at Boondock mostly, or even if we're paying for an RV spot, it's usually much less expensive than having to get rent somewhere. So the cost really evens out. And right now with fuel prices, that is we're feeling that just like everybody's rent goes up, the fuel has been going up, so that's what our struggle is too. So Uncle Jake, that's my brother, he asked, how are you guys such natural born rock stars? Because you're a part of my family, man. You know how it is. Also, next question was, can you talk, or what is your inspiration? Our inspiration, and that was from Christy. Our inspiration, I would say, is our family and having a higher power in our lives that kind of directs and guides us where we need to go. But inspiration is really just brought forth through this lifestyle.
That's a tough one for me.
That's a very deep one, Christy. You just landed
Way
that on us.
Way to take it farther, man.
Damn, man.
A little warning would have been great.
Yeah. You should have commented, hey, I got a really deep one here. What's up, James? Story.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, Story's on here. Really quick about Story. His Instagram is called Blue Mountain Convergence. Story, just put that in the comments because you do beautiful work.
You should see his work.
Yeah, his work is incredible. He did a handicap bus, probably one of my favorite buses I've ever seen, actually.
Pee-pee. We're potty training.
Pee-pee break. So he did a bus for a handicapped guy, helped him build it, and it's fully handicap accessible, and it's gorgeous. I filmed the tour of it. It's on Tiny Home Tours. I don't remember the exact title, but I'll try to look it up here. So, Aunt Lauren has a question.
That's a good one.
Can you talk a little bit about what kind of apps or sites you use to plan your destinations to park at? So
we actually have very specific ones. That's a good question.
We do.
So the main one I use is iOverlander because you can specify, is it a campsite paid? Is it a stealthy spot on the side of the road that nobody gets ticketed parking on? Is it just a grocery store? And you can narrow it down, like I want to be by a river, I need running water, or we have to have a dump site to get rid of our gray water tank. And you can open that up and it will, like the map of where you are, it'll just tell you where you can go for all of those things. And it's ran by travelers, so there'll be personalized notes on there saying like, hey, we parked here for 2 nights, but on the 3rd night we got to knock on the door.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to move this picture around so you can actually see what we're talking about. This is my little boondocking folder on my phone.
Nice, fancy pants. You all good, Shanti?
So that right there is those are the apps we use. That's our bathroom door right there, if you guys are curious. So you guys will see All Stays. That is it's a paid app. That was $10, but this one, All Stays, has more like reserve, really like campsites that you'd have to reserve and pay for. But there's also tons of stuff on there. It's really hard to explain them all. Campendium is another great one. The two main ones that we use would be Campendium or Campidium, I don't know how to pronounce it, and iOverlander. Those are both free. iOverlander we use 90% of the time because it's a community-based app. And so the way iOverlander works is, like, say we're in this spot right now. If this would be a good spot for other boondockers to come, we upload this location, we can take some pictures of it, and we can share it with the rest of the community. So it's a community-based app where most of these are just like apps that are based from Google and Google listings. So they just go and say, like, okay, they like auto-populate all the RV parks in the country, and then they just show them up on the maps. But they have to be listed with Google My Business, which means typically they're a business. So there's not a lot of boondocking because most of the time boondocking spots are not listed on Google Maps. So iOverlander is the community-based app where anybody can upload anything they want, and you can specify, is there water, is there good service, is this good for a big rig like our bus, or is it only small rigs, is it level, or the spot's level, or is it not?
It gets really detailed, which is really helpful because you've been driving for hundreds of miles, you're exhausted, and you just want to park. You can read, like, okay, this one is legit, let's just go there. Momo just wrote, which is Shanti's great grandma wants to know, what do you do about dumping your waste?
So
we do a lot.
That is a good question. Yeah.
I mean, do you want like the honest answer or like the legal one? I'm just kidding. It's not that bad.
Kind of, sort of, both. Here, let me get this app out of the way. But Lauren, I'll send you this picture later on. And there we go. That's out of our way now. And so cold mount conversions, that's James Rice. He's on here, or Story is what everybody calls him. And now this question, how do we dump our waste? So we'll do a video on this in the future, but we have a black tank. Well, it's actually a gray tank, where it's just our shower, our sink, and our urine goes to this tank, and that's 65 gallons. We don't have to treat it. We don't have to treat it like you do a black tank. And so when we're out boondocking somewhere, this isn't technically legal. Or maybe it is.
We have 2 law enforcement watching, so careful.
2? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Just...
I'll answer this question. I'm just kidding. We'll talk about it. So...
we have more questions, though, so don't go in too much deep.
Yeah, okay. And then we also have a composting toilet. The way the composting toilet works is literally just a little box with a 5-gallon bucket that number 2 goes in the back and number 1 goes in the front. It's a urine diverting system, so the urine diverts and goes down into the tank, and our solid waste goes on the back side of this toilet. We'll do a full video on this later on, so make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll update you guys on this, on how it happens. Ting-ting! See that? Yeah. See that? What I just did? If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Anyways, so that composting toilet is just cedar chips or whatever kind of composting material we put in it in our solid waste. So when we're out boondocking somewhere in the middle of nowhere, we can literally just take that out, dig a hole, and just dump it in there and bury it. There's no harm done. It's all natural. And now
we put all of our paper products into a waste bin, so we don't dump toilet paper or anything like that.
Yeah, so yeah, that's absolutely right. So our toilet paper goes into a trash can.
Which, by the way, for all of you mamas, is hilarious when I go into a public bathroom with Shanti and she's on the toilet and she's like, Mama, where's their trash? As she's holding her toilet paper, like she's very confused on where to put it. I'm like, just put it in the toilet. And she's like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
yeah,
we'll get there.
She's potty training on a compost toilet, which I think is probably a rare commodity.
I think it's awesome until the automatic flush at a grocery store scares the snot out of her because we don't flush anything.
Yeah, there's no flushing.
And then she looks for the trash can to put her toilet paper in.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to...
Yeah, and then with our gray tank, we will just... most of the time, we just dump it out in a responsible area because, once again, there's no chemicals. We use all biodegradable soaps, and it's just literally water maybe some food that goes down the
Like
drain.
coffee grounds or something.
Yeah,
like
coffee
that.
grounds, and then urine. So we typically will dump that in a responsible area, not where it's going to ruin someone's experience to do something. We'll pull the bus over somewhere where it's an okay spot, where it's not going to hurt anything. It just looks bad, but it's not actually bad. So that's the thing there. All right, so
Dane is working on his 74 Ford F-250. Love it.
wow, while watching us,
That's
better than
talent.
listening to music. Hey man, I'll sing you a song while you're working on your truck.
Dork.
I know Dane would like that right
It's-
there. My
You
sexy
know he's
singing.
smiling. And so is his aunt Lana is watching, and so is Kasaya, which some of you guys might know is where we built our first bus on their property in Arkansas. So like the first, no joke, 15 or 16 videos
Yeah.
was done on their property right outside of Hot Springs. So thanks for watching. We love you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so my brother Jake asked a question, which is a really good question. You're
that's a
okay
good
as
one,
long
too.
as you say allegedly. Okay. That's good to know.
See, it's a good bonus to have some people on your side. It's a really good question though. What?
James
Oh yeah.
Story's comment. Story and I like to show each other our asses.
Heinies,
Heinies. Sorry.
tush,
Sorry,
buns,
guys.
whatever.
Hey.
Dane loved your singing apparently.
Yeah, so okay, my brother asked, and this is a really good question. This has actually been a
It's
huge
been an issue.
Yeah, it has been an issue. His question is, have you found any issues this far with having a bigger home, i.e. parking, driving, getting into places? Yes, absolutely. So although this bus is not that much longer than our last one, it's only 5 feet, our wheelbase is wider, or longer, I guess I should say. And that makes making turns a lot harder. And by the time we're towing our Jeep as well, we're at least over 50 feet. I mean, for sure over 50 feet, maybe close to 55 feet long with our tow vehicle in the back. And so having a bigger rig like this, it's nice to live inside of it, but it does make it a little bit harder to find spots. Particularly, actually, the biggest struggle is getting fuel.
Yeah.
That's like the hardest part about having a rig this big. Of course, you can go to truck stops, but we're not on the highway all the time, so we're trying to maneuver into these little gas stations. And, I mean, it always works out. But it's actually, like the other day, right before we pulled into here, I had to do like 2 loops around this gas station. Luckily, there was a behind, drive that I could just go all the way around till I could find the right spot. But yeah, it is a struggle.
And we never intentionally, cut anybody off or block an intersection or, if we trap somebody in while they're getting gas, it's a challenge because we do feel for them too. We get a lot of like, what are you doing kind of things, but it's a lot of vehicle.
It is.
It is. And parking, same thing. We might find a beautiful boondocking spot, but it might just be too small. And maybe our last bus or a good sized van would fit in there, or even a motorhome, but not ours.
Yeah.
It's I know it's a bittersweet because we love to be inside. It's definitely home.
Yep.
I know. Would you trade? Yeah. Let me ask you a question. If you could do it again.
Well, I have actually talked to Erica about this. So the backstory behind getting a bus this big, I guess was just more of something that I felt like we were I just had to do for some reason. But we sold our last bus and our little car that we had because we were expecting another child. And about, 12 weeks, we lost her.
15.
15 weeks into the pregnancy, we lost her. But we had already started this huge project, already bought a new vehicle, like preparing to enlarge our family. And little devil flies. I scared him. He might try to attack me again, though. Anyways.
Sorry, you're driving by. Okay, sorry. Very distracted.
Okay.
It's funny. It's funny.
So we got this bigger bus because we were going to be enlarging our family. And obviously that didn't happen. It was very sad, but ultimately it's okay. We know things happen for a reason. And now we're with this big, beautiful home. And I've even told Erica, I was like, if I were to really do this again, I probably would maybe consider going smaller because yeah, we have a lot more space in here. It's beautiful. I mean, we did this roof raise. It's like massive. You can't even really tell from the shot, but we have like
I can't touch.
Yeah, Erica cannot even touch the ceiling. That's I had to get these Max fans, the really expensive Max fans with the remotes, because she can't get up to the fans to actually turn them on. Anyways, we love this bus, but yeah, it is more of a challenge to maneuver it around and get it to where we want it to be. Although we haven't not been able to go somewhere because of it, but we've not been able to, like, we saw a water spigot the other day and we needed to fill up water.
Yep.
And it was just too tight of a turn to try to get in there, or else I'd have to go all the way around the block, and we just didn't want to do that. So yeah, there is sacrifices to it, but there's a lot to gain, because now we have an insane amount of solar panels on the roof because of all the roof real estate we have. So there's pros and cons to everything, for sure.
What is Shanti watching? Probably some educational TV show, Mimi.
Or not at all.
Or a cartoon that she picked out.
I think she's watching Morphle.
Or not.
Or not.
Just
or
kidding.
My Little Pony.
There was no TV today because we knew tonight she was going to be babysat by a show while we did this. So
Yeah.
she got to pick her show.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Yep.
Okay, this is a great question, Story. Where did you source your solar panels? We found them on Facebook Marketplace. And, hey, Pawpaw.
Hey!
So we sourced our solar panels on Facebook Marketplace, which is what we did before, actually. And so we have 2,800 watts of solar on the roof, and we paid $1,100 for all 6 panels. They are 435 watt panels each, and on Tuesday, I'm putting out a whole entire video on our complete solar setup, how it runs 2 mini splits. Like today here in New Mexico, we are collecting 2,400 watts of power, which is the most we've ever collected out of our panels. But a lot of people... Yeah, Jake was there actually when we bought the first ones. He said some sketchy place in Fort Lauderdale. He helped me go pick them up. And it was a sketchy place, but the people inside are actually pretty nice. So one thing I didn't know, but I got educated on, was all these huge solar farms. Not so much on the east, but we bought them in Fort Worth, Texas, like near Dallas. And there's all these huge, huge solar farms. And they have all this buttload of money because it's a government-funded thing most of the time. And when the new latest and greatest solar panel comes out, they literally sell and detach all of their old panels, purchase brand new panels for the whole entire solar farm, for one, as a write-off, and two, for more efficiency. And then pretty much these people just kind of, I don't know how they get the hookup, but they get the hookup and they buy them for like super, super cheap. So each one of my panels were, I think, $175 each, and they're 435 watt panels, and they're pretty efficient. On the most case, we get around 2,000 watts of power pretty consistently throughout the day. Today, like I said, it was super bright and sunny, not a cloud in the sky. We were getting 2,400 watts, and at 24 volts, it was charging at 80 amps. So on a 12 volt system, it would be 160 amps. Sorry. Okay, you guys will just have to watch the full solar video if you're interested in that. But yeah, that's how we sourced them.
Look, we want to say hi to people who might not know what volts are. Or watts
Oh,
or anything.
you're right. Sorry, I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd.
Oh, man.
Double trucker.
Do we know Double Trucker?
No, he just said, okay, so... Sorry, guys.
Sweet.
Let's say hi to some people who are on the live stream right now.
I mean, without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So this is awesome.
Amy Spears.
Speaks.
Sorry. Hey, y'all. It's me, Amy. Nice to see y'all again. Good to see you too, Amy.
But I want to know who Amy is. She said, see you again.
Yeah, Amy.
Who are you? How
Please-
else would we know you?
Yeah, how do we know you, Amy? Comment, please.
I don't wanna just
Because I
say
feel like we
thanks.
do know you.
Yeah.
And
Double Trucker, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice
we'll
to meet you
follow.
too.
We'll find you.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool.
But you said we'll be checking out your videos, as many of those we follow aren't making videos and others aren't in schoolies anymore. Yeah.
Annie.
Hey, Annie.
We love you. So glad you're here.
So yeah, actually, just to give you a little background on how long we've been in a schoolie, as a Double Trucker said, not a lot of people are still in a schoolie that he followed. That's true. A lot of people are like really excited to make a build and they live in a school and they realize it's not for them, or they travel around and they realize it's not for them either. But Erica's background is she backpacked the world for 6 years straight with literally just her backpack, and she went to 80 countries. And
technically, I had 80 stamps in my passport, so to clarify, I returned to a few of them multiple times, but I definitely went through customs 80 times by myself.
yeah, that's still
I just don't want to
Bad
exaggerate
donkey.
the situation. Bad what?
bad. Well, you hit me when I said ASS earlier, so I said that bad donkey.
Oh, okay.
It's still
Oh,
bad
like
donkey. Like you're a bad donkey.
Like I'm a super awesome chick.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, I don't know
That's
where you're
better.
going with that, but I do have the background. So when we moved into the bus, people often ask how hard was it for me to downsize your wardrobe, your shoes, your food, your everything, and it wasn't a challenge for me as I know it is for a lot of women I talk to who are in this schoolie
Yeah.
world.
So yeah, before Erica met, just listen to what I did for her. Before Erica met me, she was homeless, living out of a backpack, and now she lives in a bus. What an upgrade!
I won't tell you my version of that story, but
I know it's a joke.
It is.
So yeah, so really like the traveling was a big part of us. When I first met Erica, she's like, I don't want the white fenced house, whatever, the American dream kind of style. And I was like, hey, me neither. And so it
was
works
pretty
out.
cool.
And so living in a bus and traveling is not just something we thought was cool, it was something that was actually a part of who we were too. And we wanted to still travel, but when we had Shanti, we're like, how are we going to make this work? So we built a school bus to be able to travel but also have the stability of a home. And it's worked out great for us so far. I mean, she's lived in a bus her whole entire life so far. Yeah.
We've got quite a bit of hellos up there, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Matt, she met you at a Baker Gator right here. Amy.
Oh, wait.
We said we know you
Oh, okay. Hey.
at the Pick
Yes.
and Save parking lot.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Good to see you again, Amy. Yeah, I totally remember that. Yep.
And then there was one more I saw. Bus Big Bufford. Hello from Pennsylvania. Now I want to know you, Bus Big Bufford. That's great.
Big Bufford. We'll check out your channel here in a second.
And then your mom asked, this table, is this a part of our kitchen? What is this that we're standing on? Because our kitchen is behind us for anybody who's seen some of our reels or
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
This is Matt's magic happening. This is our dining table that is typically in our living space, but we're able to remove it, move it over, propped it up, put it down. Now we have like a full L kitchen or a live stream
setup.
studio.
So this is I'll actually post a picture of this on our Instagram once
that's a good
we end
idea.
the stream, so you guys
Yeah.
can kind of see what you see in the shot. Looks very nice. What you don't see in the shot is a ton of freaking wires, and it doesn't look too bad, but it's definitely more of a mess.
Looks very professional.
It does.
We don't have like two cell phones set up, propped up on a book.
Yeah.
This is
Buford.
Buford.
So, and also just to let you guys know, I do live streaming services professionally, so it's actually worked out really good to have all this equipment already, so that's why we tried to make the quality of it nice.
Morgan, she's our new cousin. She married Dane.
Oh,
Is Dane working on the
up?
truck and you're on the inside? Is that what's happening right
Yeah.
now? That's okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah. She is down with it, I know it. If you didn't catch that, I was looking around at all the work that was done. I'm just kidding. No, actually, this is a very good discussion that we've had a lot through all the work and stuff that it took to make the bus what it is. Erica had the harder job by raising our daughter, because I was out here literally every single day working like crazy because we didn't have a home when we were building this. So Erica was like practically single mom for the 6 months of us building it, and that's like if the positions were turned, my hair would not be here anymore.
I really do appreciate that acknowledgement, because there was times that I felt like I wasn't doing enough. He's building our home, and I'm just making another batch of lunch again, But when we have had some serious conversations about family and marriage and life and all that kind of stuff, and it is teamwork. So
Yeah.
thank you, baby.
Yeah, and Double Trucker said, hate #van life as it has stole many schoolies away and isn't realistic for a family. Living vicariously through schoolie people as by the time I can retire. I think government will shut down the life. Well, I can actually, I could almost see that but you're right, for like maybe couples going to van life.
Buford. Okay, sorry.
Hey, and thanks, Buford.
Yeah, sorry we butchered a name.
Yeah. And thanks for the compliment on Slap. We are going to do a full skoolie tour of our bus on Tuesday, so guys, stay tuned for that. It's going to be posting Tuesday, sometime on that day, either in the morning or at night, but it will be out on Tuesday. But to get back to that, I could see why people may want to transition into van life from being a skoolie if they're just a couple.
We've talked about it.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
if we did not have any children or a dog, we probably would go super small. The mobility, faster traveling, gas is cheaper, you can pull in a lot more places, but you do sacrifice a lot.
Yeah.
I've seen some really creative vans, and then I've seen some other vans that are like
Suffocating.
very suffocating, especially when you try to suffocating. Sorry.
It's fine.
Even when you try to get, I gotta say this, with this big of a bus, it's not like we have more different areas. We have a lot more storage and space and stuff, but it's just like everything got bigger, right? It's not like we have like 2 bathrooms instead of 1.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's not like we have 2 couches instead of 1.
Like every van has a bed, and so do we.
Yeah.
But we have the luxury of having a king bed.
Yeah, a king size bed.
Which, FYI, in our last bus, all 3 of us shared a full. Baby, daddy, mama, full bed.
This is how we slept.
All day. All night.
Like
It was
pencils.
Like this.
It was pencil
But then
sleeping.
Shanti was like chin, foot, elbow.
Oh yeah, she
rib.
didn't care. She was
No.
sideways, like slapping us in the stomachs and stuff like that throughout the
Yeah.
night. But
yeah, so going back to what you said, that makes a lot of sense. We all have a bed, we all have a kitchen sink, we all have a couch to lounge on,
yeah,
but the size varies, and the luxury of Matt can be reading a book on the couch, I can be working in the back, Shanti can be up in her bunk bed playing, and we all have our own space, which really isn't the case in van life.
yeah. Van life is super. I mean, we've never done it, so we can't really speak from experience per se. But we have a lot of friends who do it,
Yeah.
and they make it work. But I've walked into a lot of vans where I'm like, this is like literally where we're standing is all the walking space they have, and I just don't see myself, because although we travel a lot, me personally, I am a very homebody person. I like to just hang out in the bus, and this is very comfortable for us.
Yeah. Jake, we love you. Thank you for saying such kind words. It's really awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
And Story, he says, vans are great until it's not. Yeah.
Like every rain day. That is a
Yeah.
good point.
It is.
That is such a good point. Yeah.
And same thing with the bus. Like, wow, it must be so cool until you have to park it in a spot that's too small. And then it's not very cool.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to everything. There's pros and cons to
But
everything.
we're okay with the con. Or no, so the pros outweighing the cons.
Yeah. For a family, it does work out a lot better. And Amy, you are recovering from surgery.
Oof.
Hope you get better. And I agree, this is like you guys have been doing this live production for years. Hey,
He
thanks,
has.
man. Yeah, well, I have, not necessarily for ourselves,
No.
but for other people, yeah, for sure.
I had to learn to be in front of the camera real quick when we got together because he always has it in his hand. I'm sweating. You all can't see the boob sweat. It's right here. And like right here.
In case you didn't pick it up through the mic, she said boob sweat.
I'm sweating, you guys.
Well, we got a light set up, AC's running, but
Then get down and go, Bubba. You got this, girl.
Shanti has to go pee-pee. So at some point, guys, we will want to. We are going to have more of a structure to this, so maybe this was like our first live doing it on our channel, so we kind of just set it up and just started talking. I think it went great. I'm so appreciative of everybody tuning in. And we'll talk for a little bit more, but if you guys have any more questions, just go ahead and put them down in the comments right now as we're kind of wrapping this up.
Yeah, we have the intention of having like topics per se in the future.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Kind of make this like a podcast kind of style too, but we love answering the questions. We love getting all the feedback and hearing from you all.
This is awesome, you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I just want to hug you all. If I had like virtual.
Virtual hugging.
Yeah.
They call that emojis.
No, they don't. Do they?
Oh, I don't know. Or OnlyFans. Sorry, that was kind of dirty. All right, let's see. Okay. Hold on. We got a bunch of comments all at once. Please keep them coming. I'm going to read through them real quick as Erica is helping Shanti with the potty. Jake Stoning said, I agree. This is like you guys have been doing this for years. Story said, y'all are the best. Keep it up. Come on over anytime. We plan actually to hit you up on that. We don't know when we're heading out east. We're planning to do that, but I got an opportunity to potentially build a tiny home out in California in the Fresno, Yosemite area. So that'd be really cool. So that kind of diverted our plans. We were going to be heading to Story, but not anymore. Maybe at some point, though, soon. And have we mapped out our travels? That's what Stone Inc. Jake said.
It's a joke.
What, our travel plans?
Plans in general.
Oh, yeah.
It really is, you guys. I drive my poor mother nuts because I'm like, oh, here's exactly what we're doing. And then the next day she'll call and be like, we're not doing that at all. It's completely opposite.
Yeah. So we have plans. We have very loose plans.
Yeah.
We plan kind of like for a week out. Even if that, we'll plan like a week in advance. Try to at least. But know that it could always change. Anything that's past a week is totally...
We have like monthly
totally up in the air.
ideas. It kind of gets narrowed down and then, more of a plan for the week.
Yeah.
We actually, speaking, don't know what we're doing tomorrow. Are we leaving or are we staying one more day? See?
We're in Santa Fe right now.
Mm-hmm. But it's hot. And we're in the city and we like to be by moving water or...
Yeah. Which we're grateful to be in the city because most of the time when we want to experience a city, we can't really do it because we got to park, 30 minutes out at a boondocking spot, which is usually beautiful, but I never really feel comfortable leaving my bus or leaving our bus somewhere by itself where someone could just like have at it if they want it and nobody be around to notice it.
That might be another pro and con for the van. A van you can just drive right into the city, park it at a Planet Fitness like you're just working out for the day, lock it up, and then explore the city.
Yeah.
Versus us, we have to be a little bit more particular where we park. We can't really hide out in this thing. You see us coming. You know where we're at. But
Yep.
We have enjoyed this city, though, thanks to Christy.
Yeah.
Miss Christy.
Yeah, Miss Christy, thank you. And then our immediate travels is that we're heading north towards Denver, Colorado, with a couple stops in between. And because there's a tiny home festival
it's a show. It's like an exhibit.
Yeah, tiny home exhibit, and we're going to be showing our bus in that. And that is called the Colorado Tiny Home Show, and it's a great show. We were there last year. Decided to go back because I make money going to these shows because I film other tiny homes for Tiny Home Tours, the YouTube channel.
Look. Oh my goodness, so many people. Kat Yoakum. Oh man, if I could hug you. How are you and your boys? You guys look so good all the time. She's Superwoman if you guys don't know her, by the way. And Dane wants to know where you... Oh, we were going to come down and see you guys in Galveston?
And also read the comment, too. So people... Because
I'm sorry.
People don't see it.
Well, our cousin Morgan and Dane, they're going to Texas for their honeymoon.
Yep.
So sweet. And we missed you guys by a month. So we're already gone.
But now, in Jessie Freeland...
an amazing woman as well.
Yeah.
We've got some sweet friends on here, you guys.
And she has a great question. This is a good question.
Oh, that is good.
This is a really good question, guys.
Mm-hmm. If you want to stay on longer, it might be worth it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse.
We got some juicy... This is a juicy question. It's a good one, though. And we actually have an answer to it. So, Jessie, her YouTube tag, we know her personally. She's a friend of ours out in California who's an awesome fitness trainer. She has an online course. Jesse, feel free to post what that is in the comments.
Please do. Yeah, if you guys are interested, she's the girl to go to.
Yep. And it says, hers is Too Fit, Stronger Together. She says, I'm really curious about your sex life with the little one. And that is actually not a superly how do you say it?
It's not a common question.
Yeah. Well, it
is.
It's not a uncommon question, but it's not a common question either.
Okay.
There must be a word for that.
Superly?
It's a superly... I don't know where I was going with that, but okay. Sex life in a tiny space like this.
So creative.
Yeah, it is very creative. It is very creative. Luckily, she's still kind of on the younger side, so it's not like she can really know what's going on, and she sleeps hard.
Thankfully,
because we do it. Sorry, too much.
no. When I say creative, I mean like when she's sleeping in the back on the king bed, we consciously come to the front and make use of our gorgeous living space and kitchen.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take a picture of this L-shaped couch, and I'm gonna throw it up here.
This is great.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna throw this up here.
Awesome.
And give me 1 second to get
good
this
visualization.
Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
Well, it's important. If anybody's ever thinking about building a skoolie,
Are you kidding? It's just a bunch of cords.
yeah, but you guys will get the point. It's a mess. It's
Okay,
a mess
that's true.
right now,
Yeah.
but you know what? You'll understand.
Also, while he's doing all of this, we are fortunate enough that we have both of our moms have flown in and stayed with us. So Mimi will take Shanti for a long walk. Wink, wink. Be gone for an hour. Text me when I should come back to the bus, and we get that time together. Or she'll fall asleep on the way home from the store in the car, so we'll leave the AC running, crack the windows, and come into the bus. Again, creativity. But we did a podcast with Tiny Home Tours, and we mentioned how because of our living situation, our intimacy time is a lot more intentional and purposeful.
Yeah.
It's not anytime, all the time, whenever we want. So when we do get the opportunity, not to get super cheesy or sentimental, but it's heartfelt, and it's... No, that came out way too soft. I meant like...
Hold on.
Quickies are good too. Too much? Am I going too far with this?
Okay. No. I think we can't go far enough with this.
Okay, that's okay. Fair enough.
All right, so this is our. Well, it looks very ugly right now because there's wires, and I just like totally threw it all together to get set up. You can see Shanti's little mermaid. It looks like it was executed down there. That L-shaped couch. I don't want to say I purposely built for sexual reasons, but it was definitely in my head. And this L-shaped kitchen. You know, think about it. There's like a V, kind of like this. I can sit in the center. Okay, that's probably... Sorry, guys. That is definitely too much. Well, okay, this got adult really quickly. I'm sorry. But anyways...
it's creative.
Yeah, it's creative.
Purposeful. It's intentional. And it's not as often as we'd like, but that's okay for now. I mean, there's a lot of parents out there in 3,000 square foot homes that might have the same answer. What?
I'm cracking up because... Story said, can't wait to come stay on the sofa.
Oh no, Lord, you're coming out too. Great, babe.
Sorry.
All three of our visitors are on here too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Thanks, Story. Way to call it out, buddy. That is awesome.
Oh man.
Okay, well, details aside, we still obviously have a very healthy relationship, and as she gets older, we'll have to reevaluate how we connect physically.
Yes, Mark or Mary, I'm sorry, we are blushing. Particularly Erica.
No.
Or is it me? Mary, specify which one of us is blushing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
In all fairness, I put on blush today. Toner, that doesn't matter. Okay.
Anyways, but yeah, I think Erica said it's probably less frequent because of this space we live in, but when it does happen, it's very intimate and amazing. So yeah, thank you, Jesse, for that question. That gave me a lot of good laughs. That really
great.
Oh,
Gypsy. Oh, she's right here.
Yeah, Gypsy's laying at her feet.
So, Dane on
we
here.
have a dog. Gyps, come.
This has
Gypsy,
been in our family. This dog has been in our family since it was a pup, and we are the luckiest of the family members to get this sweet mama. She just had pups. I know it's been months now. She was sleeping at our feet, literally on our feet.
Yeah.
Here's the girl.
Yeah, there's Gyps.
So we park at a lake, and this girl takes off for the water. We park by a river, and she just hops, skips, and jumps along the bay. It's just, she's sleepy.
Yeah, she was just asleep at our feet.
Oh, well, honey.
And Dane, just to let you know, man, she is
girl. You okay?
super attached to me.
It's sweet and annoying.
The hardest part about having a dog, or, I mean, it might just be particularly Gypsy in this one, but she does not like to be in the bus by herself. We have tried to be creative with caging her up. One time we left the bus, she got out of... Well, actually, we didn't lock her up at first. She had jumped up on our bed Well, actually, let me just explain this day to you. We were trying to pick out fabric. I'm going to put Gypsy down now. We were trying to pick out fabric for our couch. Erica was somewhere and I was somewhere else, and I was kind of frustrated because we couldn't make a decision. We all get back here to the bus. We walk in. Gypsy had jumped up on our car garden, which is a little garden that we have on the dashboard. Ruined some of the plants. Like, man, that's a bummer. We walked to the kitchen. There was a puddle of water on the kitchen floor, and I was like, oh man, she went pee too. And we wiped that up, but then the water came back. Realized that I had a leak underneath the sink. It just randomly happened. I couldn't get it fixed, and I was super frustrated. Just like one of those days, man. I was just like frustrated with like everything was just kind of frustrating me. And I'm like, I'm just gonna go like take a breather. I'm gonna go lay down in the bed for a second. And I go to walk back there to lay down, and Gypsy, and because she gets manic when we leave the bus, barks. She goes kind of crazy. She jumped up on the bed and took a shit on my pillow, and it was a bad day. I was super pissed. Erica was ready to get rid of her, and you know, she's actually corrected that behavior a lot.
She's an amazing bus dog.
Yeah, she really is.
When like rolling on the road, she just hangs out, lays down. She's an awesome bus dog, honestly. And as soon as we park, she just jumps out like, where are we now? And her and Shanti play well together. She actually knows Shanti's name now, which is fantastic. So we'll say, go get Shanti, and she'll just take off. And it's just really cool. She's a good dog.
Yeah, and Dan, I see you said you miss her so much. We'll bring her back for sure. And
she is like, I no wonder you miss her. She's an amazing dog. Yeah, we love her.
She's a super dog.
And she's a herding dog. So when people come, Dang, you'll crack up with this. So people will come in the bus, and she will herd them out. Like, you're too close to my family, and she'll just nip at their heels until they get out of the bus. Or if too many people come in quickly, she will stand guard between like them and Shanti. She's just the coolest little guard dog. But the most, I don't know. I could talk all day. She's great.
So, okay. One of you guys have to, Morgan and Jesse, you got to fill me in. What is Amber Heard style?
Oh, you don't know what where have you been?
No, what is this?
Amber Heard and Johnny Depp?
Oh, okay. Wow.
Okay, wait. Now
I've seen the videos.
Oh, because she pooped.
Oh, because she pooped on the pillow. I did not know that. That really happened? Yes, okay. It was Amber Heard style then. Took a shit right on the pillow.
Morgan, you would say that. Oh, that's great.
It was definitely spiteful, and it was like on purpose. She could have taken a dump anywhere on the bed, but on the pillow. And we just threw that thing out. There's no saving. She's
smart. Boy, she doesn't stay in anything. We could try to block her in or lock her in, and she will get out.
She has escaped everything we've tried.
But it's all in love. She just wants to know where we are. And she'll find us. She doesn't run off. She just wants to know where we are.
Super attached. It's
really sweet. And Dane, we will bring her back for sure. And I'm sure she'll be super stoked to see you guys. Okay. Yeah. Anything else before we wrap up, you guys?
Yeah.
Anything? This was so much fun. I'm so glad you guys chimed in.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming on here. So with that, we'll wrap this up. Like I had mentioned throughout the live stream, on Tuesday, we are doing and releasing our full bus tour. We haven't done anything like this. We've done a quick walkthrough on our Instagram page, which is at Their Happy Trails. If you guys don't follow that already, you can maybe see a little bit of what's going on inside the bus. But Tuesday, we're doing our full in-depth tour of the bus. We're going to be going through everything. Just how we use the space, how we utilize and be creative with it. Talk about the roof raise, talk about our ceiling up here, our full-size kitchen, all this kind of stuff. We're going to go through it all and explain stuff and hopefully give some creative ideas for people who may want to be doing a skoolie.
Well, hold on. We're coming to say bye to everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Shanti says bye.
Night-night.
Yes, she was mad at Daddy. You are her life job. Yes, I agree, Gypsy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Aww. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for just coming on. And like I said, Tuesday is going to be our bus tour. Thursday is going to be another travel video. And then we're going to be going live again next Saturday. So come on back and we'll have a topic for you guys. Maybe by that time we'll try to have some kind of giveaways to do, a little bit more of an interactive stream, although this was a great first run.
This was. Real quick about the giveaways. Careful, Shanti. She's playing in the wires.
Oh, hey, baby.
If there's any products that you guys own or want to produce or get out there, or you have a friend who is selling something that they want more exposure, please don't hesitate to send it our way. We would love to share that with our people as well.
Yeah, do some cool giveaway stuff. And
Hold on, please.
so that, guys, we will talk to y'all later. Thank you so much for coming on, and with that, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
See you later. Give me. We gotta turn the stream off. Oh, Shanti wants to say bye one more time.
Okay, go to Daddy.
Come on.
Nope.
Oh,
nope,
she wants
okay.
Mama. All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.